So here is my story of living without plastic for a week. Nisande, my hubby, challenged me to live without plastic for a week. And I was thinking to myself, no problem, bro, because we're doing really good on Zero Waste Home. And if you haven't checked our video of Zero Waste Off the Grid, check it up here. So here I was thinking, that's an easy challenge. Monday morning comes, 5 o'clock, I go into the bathroom to start my day, and what a surprise. I never realized how much plastic do I consume. Plastic toothbrush, plastic toothpaste, plastic containers for my shampoo and my soap, plastic containers for my facials, plastic containers for my body lotion, plastic everywhere. Time to change it. I mean, do you know how many plastic toothbrushes are being thrown every year? Over 1 billion toothbrushes only in the United States are being thrown out. And where do they end up? In the ocean. Have you ever seen those pictures of turtles with toothbrush in their eyes, or the containments of whales with all this plastic? It's horrible. Time to change. I found this amazing shop where I could buy the bamboo toothbrushes to replace my plastic toothbrushes. They also have toothpaste in glass containers, so I could also get rid of the toothpaste, which I thought was healthy because it was natural, but it was in a plastic tube. So now I cleaned up, at least brushing my teeth. Next step, I step into the shower and I discover that all my healthy soaps and shampoos are coming in plastic bottles. Well, time to change it. Go back to the natural shampoos, to the natural soaps. And I discovered that there are places where you can buy soap, not in plastic, but in paper. Not only that, there are natural use, no chemicals, especially the biggest surprise I discovered, you can have a soap bar, which is a shampoo for your hair. No need anymore for plastic containers. Now, the biggest challenge that I had is that I have a really dry skin. And I use a lot of body lotions. And I thought that I was really good because I kept those containers and I reused them as storage things for the small stuff like nails and screws and other things. But they're still plastic. I'm still consuming plastic. The amount of plastic that I have, it's unbelievable. So my good friend Gerdy, which you will meet in a few minutes, found for me a body lotion which doesn't have plastic. It's just a big bulb of lotion that I can put on my skin, which is great. Next was my facial treatment. Time for a change. And I realized that I have the best solution at home. One is coconut oil, and the other one is oil that I make from my own herbs in my garden, which is the calendula oil. I started using it on my face and I was surprised with the results because my skin became more fresh, more glowing and softer. And in my age, that's not something you take for granted. And that was my Monday. Tuesday. So I went into the kitchen and I was surprised for the better this time, because I thought that would be the place where I will have a lot of plastic. But I found that I'm doing not so bad because I don't have the Tupperware that are from plastic. I have the Tupperware which are from glass, but still the top is from plastic. So if you have a suggestion for me which is better, let me know in the comment box below. Another thing that I found in the kitchen, which is great, that instead of using this sticky plastic thing to cover things, I replaced it with beeswax paper, which is so great because you can wash it and then you dry it and then you can reuse it. And it's much healthier, it's nicer, it's more pretty, it's really the best. So if you have ideas for things we can do either in the bathroom or in the kitchen to eliminate plastic, let us know in the comment box below. That was our Tuesday. Wednesday is my midweek shopping, and that's fun to see how can I live in the outer world without plastic. So I looked at it and I saw that all my shopping bags were plastic. So I realized I can replace them with shopping bags which are from cloth. Not only that, I could reuse old clothes or old rags and make them into shopping bags or even smaller bags where I can put in all the things that I'm buying. Because when you go here into the supermarket, they force you to put everything like the vegetables and the fruits into plastic, single-use plastic bags in order to weigh them. Not only that, they even force you to take a single-use plastic gloves to pick up those fruits. And when you don't do that, they look at you with contempt. On Thursday, I decided to have a look on my habits concerning clothing. Did you know that fashion is the second most polluting industry in the world? They estimate that there are more than 25 billion tons of textile waste produced every single year, especially by the fast fashion. First of all, I don't buy textile that is made from synthetic fabrics. The other thing is that if I buy anything, I always do it secondhand, which means I don't encourage more of that fast fashion. So it means that each time when I declutter my house, I take it to secondhand shops or to charity shops, and I find there other things that suit me, which means I'm saving on or eliminating plastic in our fashion industry, but also I get to find unique outfits that you don't see in other shops. That's really cool, I think. Friday. So on Friday, I had my friend here, Gerdy, staying with me, and I thought we'll go to the beach. But it was her time of the month, which at my age, I forgot that it happens, you know? So let's talk a bit about the period. So I can't talk a lot about how you can be plastic free on these days of the month. So I'm going to give the stage now to Gerdy to talk about how she lives her life plastic free on the period days of the month.
So I'm having my period for quite a while now, and lately I also started with living more plastic free. But that was quite challenging actually for my periods, because there's two alternatives. One is you can use pads, which are wrapped in plastic, and they're wrapped in plastic in a plastic box. So that's tons of waste actually that I'm not using for anything. And the other thing is tampons, which anyway, the question is if they're really good for you. I mean, they're not very comfortable, especially not when I had 2 kids now. So I stumbled upon this. This is a menstruation cup, and don't get too scared of it. This is the biggest size that I had because I bought 2 and I'm using the smaller one, and I just thought I'd bring the one that is, that's actually, well, I'm not using. So there's 3 sizes because, I mean, women are also coming in different sizes. There's a huge difference if you're a 16-year-old virgin, or like me, you're over 40 and already had 2 kids. It's a difference if you exercise or not. So they come in different sizes, and I just bought 2 different ones and I tried which one was best. So actually how it works is you fold it and you can just you just put it in. That's pretty much it. And as soon as it's in, you find the entrance of your womb and you let it go. And if you give it a slight twist, it will suck itself. So what it does, it's just collecting the blood. And all you need to do is just twice a day in the beginning, and you just squeeze it a little bit and it just goes out, and you can clean it very easily with a bit of soap and water, and you can even wipe it dry if it's necessary, and you can put it back in. And you can use it for the start, when you start to start menstruating, till the end. I mean, it's not breaking down or anything. It's super, super comfortable. I run marathons with this. This is so comfortable that you don't feel that you have it. With this, I can still have sex. I mean, it's wet enough. So that's one of the things that I really, really like about the cup. So I can totally recommend this to anyone. I think this is not just better for the environment, it's better for you as a person.
Saturday, the weekend. But for me, the weekend mostly contains of going to one of my favorite places, which is the farmer's market. However, on a farmer's market, again, I'm confronted with the quantities of plastic bags. I'm going there again with my cloth bags, and I pick those products into my smaller bags, and I insist that they will weigh it for me. This time I also bring in my containers, my glass containers, because some of the products that I can find there are not just fruits and vegetables, but for instance, cheese or dry herbs, which I love. But they always sell it in plastic containers. So I bring my glass container to them and I ask them, please fill it my container, not your container. You can keep your plastic, I'm not going to take it. The beginning, they looked at me really strange. They didn't know what I want from them. And then I said, I really don't like plastic. And then they said, yeah, you're right. Did they change anything? No, but at least I don't bring any more plastic into my house. The next stop on Saturday, which is really my favorite place on the island, is the Bulk Free Shop. It's a shop where I can buy those products that usually in the supermarket will come packed with plastic around them, like rice or pasta or quinoa or lentils. What I do is I come with my containers, glass containers, and I refill them. The woman that runs it is an amazing woman. She's fantastic. She's so conscious. She taught me so many ways of how to live plastic free that every time I visit her, I get more tips how to do it. And finally, we got to Sunday. Sunday is my gardening day. Now, you would think that somebody who is working in the garden, connected to the soil, connected to the environment, that would be a perfect place where there will be no plastic. Wrong. If you ever looked at any gardening center or any place that is a nursery, you will be amazed at the amount of plastic that gardening consumes. So when I started looking at our garden, I realized we need to make a change. We had this balcony when we started growing our own vegetable. We had this 1 square garden on our balcony. All the containers were plastic. So what we decided to do, we changed them into raised beds made out of wood. The other thing is, usually to seed, in order to start vegetables or flowers or anything, you get those plastic trays. What I found out is that you can seed in different ways. One of the ways that we found, which are not plastic free, is those small bags made out of cloth where I can seed and grow the new vegetables for myself and the herbs. Next thing that we eliminated is those markers to tell you what you seed, because you seed them, you don't know what's going to come up, and how would you remember what you've put in? So usually in the garden center, they will give you those plastic markers where you can write the name of the seed that you've put in. We replaced it with popsicle sticks made out of wood, so then no plastic in that area in our nursery. So that was my week of living plastic free for a week. Now, you might ask yourself, what did I learn from it? What did I get from it? So here are 4 things that I've learned from this week. First of all, I became much more creative in finding solution on how to replace plastic. But it wasn't just about plastic. actually ignited my whole creativity process, and I could see that I could use it in other places in my life. Second, it made me move much quicker from thinking about the environment to taking action about the environment. Because we all have those thoughts, oh, I should do this and I should do this and I should, but we don't move into action. This week made me move into action quicker. And again, I could see the effect of it in other areas in my life. The third thing, I felt it was really fun doing it. I discovered new people, I discovered new areas. I really enjoyed doing it. The fourth thing is that I felt really good about myself because I knew I'm living in a much more integrity with what I believe, because I believe we should take care of the environment, but I also was in my comfort zone in certain areas, and I wasn't willing to, step out of it or try new things. This week allowed me to do it, and it feels so good, and I feel so proud of myself. You don't have to eliminate all plastic from your life. I mean, it's really hard to live totally without plastic in today's world. But if you're serious about the environment, all you need to eliminate are 4 main sources of plastic, which are the most dangerous one for our environment. The first one is single-use plastic bags. The second one is plastic straws. The third one is single-use plastic bottles. Change it to metal ones or glass ones. They are much better. And the fourth one is single-use cups. You don't need that. So if you have more ideas about how to eliminate plastic in our life, let us know in the comment box below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and until we meet again, live fully, stay awesome from Vered in Tenerife.